It's something that just brings kind of all kinds of wonder and excitement to a community, because it's something that we didn't have before, and now we have this to enjoy. So now we have to learn about it so we can appreciate it, understand it, and enjoy it.
Muskegon Lake suffered from decades of abuse at the hands of logging companies and foundries. Both industries used byproducts and production waste from their processes to gradually fill in the shoreline of the lake. Muskegon Lake was suffocating from toxic waste and the destruction of habitat. Since that time, citizens of Muskegon have worked closely with local, state, and federal partners to reclaim the shores of Muskegon Lake through sediment remediation and habitat restoration.
The lake is now a habitat focus area, one of only 9 designated in the country, recognizing the importance of habitat in Muskegon.
There's a lot of really exciting things happening on land that has been cleaned up as a result of the work that the people did through the Muskegon Lake Watershed Partnership and all of the other agencies that they have worked with.
4 sites in particular have been a recent focus: mill debris in Muskegon Lake, reconnecting Bear Creek, the revitalization of Veterans Park, and soon they'll be reconnecting old celery fields to the Muskegon River.
The overall survey led us to certain hotspots, and one of those hotspots is where this material came from. By removing that wood, one particular area in the Lakeshore Trail site has been identified as a potential feeding area for juvenile sturgeon. They transfer that woody material onto a barge, and that's when they bring it back to this offloading site. A brewery in town has tables made out of some slab wood from a previous project, so it's going to a lot of different areas right now.
Bear Creek runs just kind of where you see those cattails out a ways, and it used to be separated. The creek and these kind of farmland ponds were separated.
So now the creek itself flows through these areas and actually is helping to stabilize or lower the phosphorus levels in Bear Lake.
It's a really good bang for your buck project in the sense that we're creating habitat, but we're also doing this entire removal of nutrients, creating stormwater capacity. So the boaters out there, the fishermen out there, they're going to be seeing a lot more of those benefits.
It is now open to the creek, so one could kayak or canoe into our project area, into Bear Creek, and out into Bear Lake.
These are now flooded, functioning wetlands.
Veterans Memorial Park, which is a major undertaking that's been going on since last year. It'll be all done, completed. And that was a reconnection of the South Pond directly back to the Muskegon River, as well as plantings of trees and shrubs on the North Pond. North Pond is really quite adapted to habitat, where the South Pond was isolated, where there was no fish passage into about a 9.5 acre open body of water.
The reason it's important here is because this is a memorial park, and we want kind of a reflecting pool look to the park, but we also want fish and wildlife habitat. So using these native low-growing plants as a border achieves both the visual aesthetics that are desired by the community, as well as a low-maintenance technique for parks maintenance staff.
With that former wetland area, you know, the Muskegon River flows right along the outside of that property, so we're breaching the berm and allowing the river to naturally sort of wind through the way it wants to, the way it historically has, fill in that and create some really nice, extensive Great Lakes coastal wetlands.
Whoa, that's what it used to look like?
I think all those plants and stuff look a little better than that, don't you?
Restored habitat like this is really our gift to future generations, thanks to NOAA and the EPA and the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. This is just one of about 15 different locations from Muskegon River to Lake Michigan.